Triangles.
Right, today we are going to focus on a somewhat undervalued aspect of grappling, which is headlocks. Not escaping headlocks, but how to do headlocks. Who should I throw that's headlock friendly? Wayne. So, no, not yet. Actually, I think because I'm kind of talking in the circle, if everyone can sort of gravitate roughly towards that half of the mat. Doesn't have to be completely in line. Don't have to go to the camera if you can. So, almost every self-defense class worth their salt will teach you how to escape from a headlock. No one teaches you how to do a headlock. The reason you want to learn headlock escapes is because you don't need to know any martial arts to know that if somebody's grabbing you here, it's not a pleasant thing to do. The escapes are fairly straightforward, but today we're not covering the escapes, we're covering how to be the meanie. I shouldn't teach this really. Or how to do it efficiently. So the reason someone would grab a headlock is because they want to punch you or try and choke you. It's very hard to choke someone from here, right? But effectively what I'm doing, most of my weight is on the back of his neck, there, and the back of his, top of his spine. And as we know, strangulations occur if you can access the veins, which are conveniently popping out of Wayne's neck there. And to access that, I need to get my elbow all the way around, and can you see it's really awkward? So if you really wanted to create a strangulation, you need to be in front of the person and create what we call a guillotine attack. Right? But that's not the focus today, we're looking at headlock. Now the way we're going to practice this, just to begin with, is actually if your partner stays on his knees, right, and you're on your knees, and you get the headlock, don't knock the head, because we want to continue our grappling techniques rather than focusing on just trying to do a rough housing technique. What we need to do is grab his arm, keep it close. It's the arm that does all the work. We're going to create a circle, a spinning circle. You're going to pull the arm and just direct his head like that. There we go. So we start off with understanding that principle. When we do the stand-up version, it'll be easier, rather than everyone just dumping their weight on their friend's neck and creating all sorts of neck cranks. So we start with the head. Don't knock it too tight, it's just there, we're putting your weight on. It helps if you want to stick your leg up as well. And you're grabbing the forearm and hugging to your chest, and we're creating a circle, and you should be ending up in this nice scarf hold position. All right? Very, very simple, just to get us kicked off. Everyone understand that, or too complicated? If that's too complicated, you've got a long night ahead of us. Yeah, right, okay, 1, 2, 3. Any problems so far? No? Very easy, right? Okay. This one I've got a hand there. Now we're going to do the same thing standing up. There are setups of how you get there, but let's assume we've got at least to this position here, and we're kind of, he's not like bowing right the way down, but we're kind of around about here where I can get some sort of my arm around his head. Okay. I still want to grab the forearm, and we're twisting in here. And for you. Now here, I'm going to take this leg away. When I take this leg away, I'm going to fall. Maybe not fall is the right word. Sitting down is the better word. I'm going to sit down. That's kind of like the sort of the slowest, safest way we can do a headlock takeover. Well, here, I've got the forearm, and I'm going to take my leg that's nearest to him slightly away, so I'm leaning in, and I'm going to sit my arse down to the ground. So it's important you realise that without Emma here, I'm doing this, and I'm going to sit my bottom to the ground like this, as opposed to falling forwards, falling sideways, falling backwards, collapsing in any how. You want to be in control all the way. And doing this means your path will be vertically down. So, do you want to see this? Okay, so here. And don't forget, there is a little twisting action as well, quite a lot of twisting action as well. Here, and then you're going to sit down. Very simple, but do with control. And if you find it struggling, then I'll come and have a look. All right? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Right. Okay. Well, things that can go wrong. Wayne can breathe. So the reason why I didn't want you necessarily to commit to the headlock part of it is because, number one, you're committing both hands to just the headlock, and if you forget the arm, you're trying to twist, and it maybe works, maybe it doesn't work, but you're committed to the head, and as I said before, you're not really going to get strangulation or a choke, you're just sort of here, putting a bit of a crank on. You do get the arm, but you're still wedded to that head, and I do take Wayne down. If I overcommit, yeah, look what Wayne's going to do. Guess what Wayne is now? We're in a great position. We want to avoid that. So I haven't committed to the head, therefore I'm not as connected to his body. So once he's down, this hand has done its job. So if you take it out, you almost like do a mini break for you, stop there. Now, of course, there are various escapes and defences that Wayne would do from this scarf position, but we're not concerned with that today. It's just about merely taking our opponent down and then taking the game to where we want to play, which is on the ground. So what we're going to do now is we're going to practice that bit. Here, here. And if you train with people who really know how to throw you, they almost throw you and then they land their full weight on their chest, don't they? They're like that. Don't do that, please. Right, okay? So we're going to do that thing, but just a minor modification of as soon as you land, it's like doing a mini break fall. Because if you commit to the head, you're going to get counter rolls, and then he's on top of you, and you don't want to be there. It's not very pleasant. Everyone got that? So we'll try and continue this for another minute. 1, 2, 3. Right, my glamorous assistant Wayne is doing this one. So this time Wayne's got me in a headlock. He's got my arm. This time he's not going to do the sit down version, he's going to get his hips in front of me, which is the hip thrust. Here we go. Alright, and he could finish this. Consistency is finishing the stuff on. So, same thing again. No, get around the head. Yeah, just so they get into that habit, because it is technically headlock dance. And grab around the triceps for consistency. Say you imagine it's no-gi as well. Yeah. So he gets his hip all the way across. Like even further, exaggerated. Yeah, see? So that's kind of, I don't know why that's called, it's not quite a jig hook, but he's picking me up. And my head goes underneath him. So blah, 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 headlock, bang. Self hold, finish it, put it down. Okay. I'm going to be the glamorous assistant. So I'm in a headlock. Alternative leg position, let's have a look, Wayne, talk through.
So, grab the arm as normal. Can't get your hips crossed because he's just blocking even, yeah. So, what you're going to do, it's almost a squat position. You're facing the opposite way, a lunge more than a squat straight.
And if I get out of it, you can see what position Wayne is in.
And all I'm going to do is pull him towards this way and straighten this leg. Which again allows him to scarf hold if you want.
Trust me, that was a nice version. Okay, once again.
So, all you do is step back. But obviously I'm not following through because it is quite horrible.
Slow time this time. So headlock.
Headlock. Can't get the hip because he's blocking. Just step back, twist and straighten the leg.
So guys, you do need to make sure your breaking is on point. So I suggest if you're, like you guys do if you haven't done.
Actually just turn in from here, all you do is just...
Oh, show this one as well.
So it's exactly the same. All you're doing is lifting the toes to straighten the leg and it just takes the weight off. Obviously you're going to have to be, you're taking a lot of weight on your legs.
But show when I step over as well, because
so
I don't like this leg.
So step over. The defence is to step over. So do it again. Steps over, do it again. You just can't, as long as you're just 1 inch in front of their leg each time, you'll always win.
So cool, I like it. Everyone, do you think you can do that?
Yes. Are you lifting there, Wayne? We did that, we just...
It's a body drop, so the actual throw is from here. So the actual throw, you don't touch any part of it, so it's just a leg movement. But because we're doing it close, they're not allowing us to get that hip in here.
Yeah.
So we actually are only doing body leg contact anyway. It's just from a lower angle. so he hasn't got so far.
You've got to have your leg rather than your hip.
Yeah, it is here. Here. So it's just the straight line of the leg that's making him rotate.
Right, shall we try this? Yeah, do it slowly. 1, 2, 3. Perhaps not so good if you're here for the first few times. Okay, let's look at ground techniques. Same thing again, headlocks. Actually, I've already one. We're here in total. So say we've done the throw and he's in this position, but his head is exposed. You could be tempted into thinking, well, if I just get a headlock here, I can choke him out, and I can. You're going to be hard pressed to get a win out of this one. Principally because the same things again. I haven't really got pressure on his arteries, the key target areas, and his windpipe is usually quite inaccessible because he'll tuck his chin down. So the best you're going to get is just sort of hair, and to be honest, it's quite easy for him to slip his head out and just roll out, and it falls apart. And all your hard work in doing the cool throw falls to pieces. So let's look at two techniques. One is gi-based, one is no gi-based. So we'll start off with the gi one, since we are here. Has everyone got a gi? You don't have a gi, but you can do the technique, can't you? So you can do the technique with someone else with a gi. This time instead of headlock, my arm is going under the far armpit. Okay, it goes under the far armpit, and I want to grab the collar. If Wayne, so see, the furthest collar I can get here, and this pulls down. All right, so we're here. This one goes under his near side chin and grabs the far collar. When it goes up, you can see my hand orientation here. It's very important you get this configuration right. If you do the other way around, you're just flapping open the gi. You want to close the gi. Right, so here we go. This arm pulls across his neck in a horizontal line, the line of his shoulders. And this one, this hand here, pulls down. So we're doing this motion. Right. At the same time, you are going to put your weight on his shoulder and walk your legs out like this. So your hip action should be like this. And you probably won't even get that far before the attack. And this technique is called a clock choke, simply because of the reason of my legs, but the hands are clocked. So again, my arm goes around his back, not his shoulder, not his head this time, it's not a headlock. We've moved onto under the arm, and it grabs this one here. It doesn't have to be high, it just has to grab the collar that's nearest to you. And this pulls down, and this one pulls across. Technically, you can even do it from here, but there's a backwards motion which will get him out of it. So you need to put a little weight on it. If we were here, I put weight, my hips are joining onto his shoulder, and I'm walking my legs round at the same time, pulling the clock choke tight. And again, the action is, this one pulls down, this one pulls across, as your legs are doing that clockwork motion. So there's got 3 or 4 main things to think about. It's quite technical, we could easily spend a whole lesson on that one. I want to throw that in since we're doing sort of headlocking type things. If we have time, I'll do the ball though, choke it off, and you know this one, don't go and see it. Is everyone okay with that? We'll see it again. Because a lot is hidden underneath his head and massive beard. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go. It's dirty, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Great.
We're getting nice, we're getting nice to each other. Okay, so I'm in this position where he's defending himself, alright? And I want to get this in here to ultimately, basically, just choke him, alright? But he's not done, you've got to let him get here. So the trick to do this is, we did another technique a couple of weeks ago where we had to access. I want this, and the way to get this weirdly is doing this. Panther claw, or knuckle, or fist. I like panther claw. And you're driving this across his chin, his jawline here, which he doesn't like. See how he turns away? Which opens up the neck, which allows you to get this here. Now you want to get, if you sit up here, we want to get as much of the V of my elbow here, so that my bicep and my forearm are compressing the arteries, okay? That's not the end of it. I want to shoot my hip through, and then squeeze. That's the bulldog choke. It's like the simplest, most brutal, but dumbest, sophisticated technique there is, but surprisingly it works. There we go. Especially nobody. So, we're going to do this on our friends. We're all friends. We're doing this nicely. So simulate driving this across his jawline, ready for this to come in. You want to shoot the whole arm through. Okay? And then very slowly drive your hip forwards, and then you do squeeze. There we go. Squeeze like this. Like that. So this should be affecting here. Not here, not the larynx, not the voice box, right here. Anyone want to see that again? It's like so simple, but nasty. But you got to do it right. Any of those elements don't work, then I'm off. So let me show you how to go wrong. So I'm here, but I haven't driven my hips through. What does my do? Just, just throws me off. You know. All sorts of things go wrong, so I've got to drive my hips through, so I'm completely planted here, and all my pressure is on the carotid arteries. Last few minutes, guys. 1, 2, 3, let's.